Settle in, folks. Tonight we're diving into the top 5 most haunted hospitals in America. These aren't just old, drafty buildings. These are places where suffering left a permanent mark, and the stories are enough to make your skin crawl. Sanatoriums, asylums, state hospitals. Behind their facades, grim things happened, overcrowding, questionable treatments, and despair. We're talking full-body apparitions, disembodied screams, and that feeling of being watched by something you can't see. So grab your flashlight and stick close. We're about to walk halls where legends say the former patients and staff never truly checked out. Have you ever visited a famously haunted spot? Drop your stories in the comments below. I want all the spooky details. Now let's get this spectral show on the road. Number 5 on our list of haunted locations is Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky. This imposing structure has earned a reputation that precedes it. It's often referred to as the Mount Everest of ghost hunting, a place where even the most seasoned paranormal investigators feel a chill run down their spines. Built in the early 20th century to combat the rampant spread of tuberculosis, Waverly Hills quickly became a place of last resort for thousands of desperate patients seeking a cure. But for many, it was the end of the line. Some say over 60,000 souls met their end within these walls, their suffering etched into the very fabric of the building. To maintain a semblance of order and to shield the public from the grim reality within, the staff constructed a 500-foot body chute, a clandestine tunnel used to discreetly transport the deceased away from the main building. It was a one-way trip to oblivion. Today, visitors who dare to venture into that tunnel report a multitude of unsettling experiences. Disembodied voices whispering in the darkness, unexplained lights flickering in the distance, and an overwhelming sense of dread that permeates the very air. It's a place where the veil between worlds seems thin. But the 5th floor is considered the epicenter of paranormal activity. It was here that the most severe and hopeless cases were treated, and it's here that shadowy figures, often referred to as shadow people, are frequently sighted lurking in the darkened hallways. Among the many spectral residents is Timmy, a playful young boy who tragically lost his life to the disease. He's known for his love of playing with a ball. Visitors often attempt to interact with Timmy by rolling balls down the long, empty hallways, and sometimes to their astonishment and fear, the ball rolls back as if guided by an unseen hand. Then there's the tragic legend of the nurse who resided in room 502. Overwhelmed by the suffering she witnessed daily, she tragically took her own life within those very walls. Many people have reported seeing her ghostly figure standing at the window, her sorrowful gaze fixed on the world outside. Others claim to have heard a disembodied voice, believed to be hers, whispering and urging them to jump from the very same window. Paranormal investigators have captured countless EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, within the sanatorium's walls. These recordings reveal faint whispers, desperate cries, and the echoing footsteps of unseen entities traversing the empty corridors. The sounds of the sanatorium, the incessant coughing, the heart-wrenching crying never truly ceased, lingering as a haunting reminder of the suffering endured. What makes Waverly Hills so undeniably compelling is the sheer volume and consistency of paranormal reports. Even seasoned tour guides refuse to enter certain areas alone, and many experienced paranormal investigators have left the sanatorium visibly shaken by their encounters. On the rooftop, where children once sought solace and played games, visitors now report hearing faint, ethereal laughter and the sound of children singing, a chilling echo of lost innocence and shattered dreams. And then, there's the legend of the Creeper, a terrifying shadowy mass said to crawl up the walls and across the ceilings, its presence witnessed by numerous terrified individuals. Is it the collective energy of the thousands who suffered and died within these walls, forever imprinted on the building's very soul? Or is it something far more sinister, a darker force that has taken root in this place of immense pain and sorrow? Waverly Hills stands as a haunting monument to human tragedy, a place where the spirits of the past serve as constant reminders of the lives lost and the suffering endured. Whether you approach it as a staunch believer in the paranormal or as a skeptical observer, the somber and oppressive energy that permeates Waverly Hills is undeniable, leaving an indelible mark on all who dare to enter its haunted domain. Prepare yourself, because number 4 on our list is the infamous Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, located in Weston, West Virginia. This place isn't just a building, it's a repository of human suffering, a chilling monument to a bygone era of mental health care. This Gothic giant was originally built with the intention of housing 250 patients, a number that seemed reasonable at the time, given the understanding of mental health and treatment options available. However, as the years passed, the asylum's population exploded. By the 1950s, it held over 2,400 souls within its walls, a staggering number that far exceeded its capacity. This extreme overcrowding, coupled with systemic neglect and instances of violence, transformed the asylum into a warehouse of suffering, a place where hope was often extinguished. The conditions were ripe for despair and anguish, and as a result, the spirits that linger here are as numerous as the patients who once walked these halls, each with their own story of pain, loss, and torment. Their presence is palpable, a constant reminder of the suffering that occurred within these walls. One of the most famous and heartbreaking is Lily, a young girl whose room is now filled with toys and candy, offerings left by sympathetic visitors who feel her presence. Many visitors report hearing her innocent laughter echoing through the halls, witnessing her ball move seemingly on its own, and even feeling a small, ghostly hand tugging gently at their clothes. The Civil War section of the asylum, used to treat wounded soldiers, is an especially active area for paranormal phenomena. Shadowy figures resembling soldiers in Civil War uniforms are frequently seen marching the halls, their spectral presence a chilling reminder of the past. Paranormal investigators have also reported being physically pushed or scratched by unseen forces in this area. The medical center, a place where brutal procedures like lobotomies and electroshock therapy were commonplace, is now known for disembodied screams that pierce the silence and the unsettling feeling of constantly being watched by unseen eyes. Then there's Big Jim, a massive patient who was tragically murdered by other inmates. He is said to be a particularly aggressive spirit, his anger and pain still resonating within the asylum's walls. Many people who venture near his former cell report hearing menacing growls emanating from within and feeling a crushing pressure as if his immense weight is bearing down upon them. The fourth floor, which once housed the asylum's most violent and disturbed patients, is notorious for frequent apparitions, sudden and intense cold spots that defy explanation, and an overwhelming sense of rage that permeates the very air. Paranormal investigation teams have captured countless EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, documenting disembodied voices, doors slamming shut on their own, and objects moving inexplicably across rooms. There's also the tragic tale of the nurse who was brutally killed by a patient, her life cut short within the asylum's walls. To this day, visitors and staff alike report hearing her frantic footsteps echoing through the second-floor corridors, accompanied by chilling screams that seem to replay her final moments. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum finally closed its doors in 1994, but the chilling stories and paranormal activity have never ceased. Now it stands as a macabre destination for those who are morbidly curious and brave enough to confront its haunted past. What truly makes Trans-Allegheny so terrifying is the sheer weight of its history, the accumulation of thousands upon thousands of individual tragedies layered upon each other over the course of more than a century. The pain, the fear, and the despair are still palpable, trapped within those massive stone walls, a testament to the enduring power of human suffering. Number 3 is Pennhurst State School and Hospital in Spring City, Pennsylvania, a place infamous for abuse and neglect. Opened in 1908, it quickly became a dumping ground for society's most vulnerable. A 1968 expose revealed shocking conditions patients left unattended, some locked in cages. After Pennhurst closed in 1987, the spirits of those who suffered are said to remain. Shadow figures are the most common phenomenon, dark silhouettes darting down hallways and peering from doorways. The Mayflower building is especially active with reports of disembodied voices, cries, and unseen hands pushing visitors. The bully, a malevolent spirit, is known for throwing objects and growling at investigators. The underground tunnels once used to move patients are now sites of footsteps, whispers, and lurking figures. The Quaker building, where many children lived, is haunted by the sounds of laughter and crying and the apparition of a little girl searching for her doll. The decaying visuals, peeling paint, rusting wheelchairs, abandoned belongings add to the oppressive atmosphere. Ghost hunters flock here for consistent activity, spirit boxes, cold spots, and shadowy figures. Pennhurst is a stark reminder of a dark chapter in history where the hauntings are echoes of the voiceless and forgotten. Number 2 is Eloise Psychiatric Hospital in Westland, Michigan, a self-sufficient city of misery with over 70 buildings and 10,000 patients at its peak. Operating for nearly 150 years, Eloise saw every form of psychiatric treatment from humane to barbaric. Most buildings are gone, but the K-Beard building remains, and it's the epicenter of hauntings. Employees report disembodied, moans apparitions of former patients and a woman in white whose presence brings overwhelming sadness. The basement tunnels once used to transport patients are now filled with whispers, cold spots, and shadowy figures. The Eloise Cemetery holds over 7,000 unmarked graves. Visitors report voices, strange mists, and orbs. The hydrotherapy rooms where patients endured freezing or scalding baths are haunted by splashing sounds and the smell of wet concrete. There are stories of a little girl haunting the bakery and a man seen in a window that now leads to nowhere. Modern county employees still report computers turning on and off, objects flying, and doors slamming. Eloise is a world saturated with the residue of life, death, and sorrow, a city of the dead, still bustling with unseen residents. And now, we arrive at our number 1 spot, the most haunted location on our list. It's none other than Linda Vista Community Hospital, a towering structure located in the heart of East Los Angeles. This isn't just any abandoned building, it's a notorious haunted hospital and a popular Hollywood film set, a place where reality and the supernatural blur. Originally opened in 1904 to serve the growing community, Linda Vista Hospital thrived for decades. However, by the 1980s, it began a slow decline, eventually closing its doors in 1991. But its closure didn't bring peace. Instead, it left behind a chilling legacy of death, despair, and lingering spirits. Over the years, countless film crews working on various movies and TV shows within its walls have experienced firsthand the unsettling energy that permeates the building. Many have reported hearing unexplained noises echoing through the empty corridors, whispers in the dead of night, and disembodied voices that seem to come from nowhere. Equipment malfunctions are also common, with lights flickering erratically and cameras inexplicably failing. And almost everyone who steps inside reports the unnerving feeling of being constantly watched. The surgical ward in particular seems to be a hotspot for paranormal activity. Visitors have reported seeing phantom medical equipment moving on its own, surgical tools clattering to the floor, seemingly untouched by human hands. Flickering lights are a constant occurrence, and chilling screams are often heard emanating from the depths of the abandoned operating rooms. The apparition of a doctor, still in his white coat, is often seen making his rounds, as if forever bound to the hospital where he once practiced. A little girl is said to haunt the 3rd floor, her presence felt by many who venture there. Her innocent laughter can sometimes be heard echoing through the empty halls, a sound that is both unsettling and heartbreaking. Some believe she's a lost patient, forever searching for her way home, while others suspect her story is something far more sinister. But perhaps the most infamous location within Linda Vista is room 323, a place notorious for its intense paranormal aggression. Visitors who dare to enter this room report being pushed, scratched, and even shoved by unseen forces. Objects are often thrown across the room, seemingly by an invisible hand, adding to the room's terrifying reputation. Deep in the bowels of the hospital, the boiler room is said to be haunted by the ghost of a former maintenance worker. Eerie footsteps, the clanging of tools, and the distinct sound of someone working on the machinery are frequently heard in this area, and many have claimed to see his full apparition lurking in the shadows, forever tending to the boilers of Linda Vista. Even the morgue, a place where death was a daily occurrence, remains active with paranormal phenomena. Chilling tales abound of freezer doors opening on their own, revealing the cold, empty spaces within. And EVPs, or electronic voice phenomena, have captured disembodied voices emanating from the empty drawers, whispering secrets from beyond the grave. In recent years, Linda Vista has been renovated and transformed into a senior living facility, now known as Hollenbeck Terrace. But despite the renovations and the attempts to modernize the space, the hauntings persist, a testament to the hospital's troubled past. Both residents and staff continue to report unexplained phenomena, proving that some things simply cannot be erased by new paint and modern amenities. With its tragic history, the countless lives lost within its walls, and decades of credible reports, Linda Vista Community Hospital remains a chilling reminder of the past. It's a place where the veil between worlds feels especially thin, a place where the echoes of the past continue to resonate in the present, making Linda Vista a truly unforgettable haunted location. There you have it, 5 hospitals where the patients may have checked out, but their spirits never did. From Waverly Hills to Linda Vista, these places are chilling reminders that some stories never die. Which hospital do you think is the most terrifying? Share your own ghost stories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this tour, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more creepy content. Stay safe out there, and maybe sleep with a light on tonight. You never know who or what might be watching. Until next time, keep your eyes open for the unexplained.